Barrels, you sense undead and monstrosities.
Okay.
You don't know their exact
give me a
location or
location,
number.
but I know they're at least near us.
Yes.
Doesn't it tell you distance?
Nope.
I'm sorry, I was lost in thought.
No, we paused. We did tactical pause.
Okay.
I recovered myself. And then Barrows, yours is a little narrower field. Might actually give you something discernible.
Sure.
Let's see. So yes, you do sense undead within 60 feet.
Did you get my whisper, Matt?
Yeah, lots going on. Yes, go ahead and make a perception check for me. And all of you, actually, make perception checks.
I was gonna say, Barrows,
Except for you, Barrows, you don't need to because you see them.
I see
You
it?
sense them.
Great. Barrows is going to put his hand on the hilt of his greatsword. We are not alone in here.
So.
Do I need to re-stealth?
Yes, because you've been traveling with the group and leading them. Kind of hard to do that being stealthy. Q is distracted. Okay, so what you guys see are tiny motes of light. Barrows, these particularly light up for you because of your divine sense.
Okay.
The wisps.
And they just kind of float and bob. You hear a almost childlike giggle before
Oh
they
shit!
jump out.
Hell no!
And away.
Scarlet's already noping out.
Scarlet just turns around, starts walking out of the forest.
I hope not, because you guys are deep into the woods now. You are about, I'd say, 2 miles into the woods from the edge of the woods now.
Oh god, we Blair Witched ourselves.
But they just kind of wink out and float away.
Wisps. Would Barrows know what they are?
So
What are those?
Roll religion for anybody wanting to identify the creatures.
But I'm asking because since I picked them up, would Barrows know what it is? But immediately, or
I'll give you advantage on the roll.
okay.
Where is the doggo?
On the last page.
Oh, give me a second. There.
24. At 20.
Okay.
Wow. You paladins and your Wilwidgen.
Well, Widget?
We know what we do.
Darth Vader
Okay.
and your pitiful sorcerers.
So-
please.
You
I'm
know
not
that
trained,
these are
so.
you know that these are will-o-wisps. They are spirits that usually manifest themselves in natural locations, often known to try to lead travelers astray through woods, leading them into pitfalls. Because of your high religion, you know that those who succumb to following the wisps often become one themselves after they die.
Do not follow the balls of light. And Barrows is going to look down at Shadow. Don't follow the lights.
That's rude.
Yes.
Matt, did they fly in the way of the cave?
The
From where I
cave?
know it could be?
No. If I remember correctly, the cave is north from where you guys are.
Okay.
can I do something?
Sure.
So Scarlet and Melissa are both scared. Can I do calm emotions?
Sure.
Okay. Cool.
Beat your own DC.
She can choose to fail
I
it.
know.
So, does anybody else allow the calm emotions to take effect?
Is it a radius?
Yeah.
Yep.
Calm emotions is an area of effect.
Oh, no,
Go
I'm
ahead.
good.
But yeah, sure. let it happen so we're
Sure, let it
Okay,
happen.
so
feared and nothing.
Sure.
give me 1 moment.
I ain't scared of no ghosts.
It's actually a good preventative measure against things that might scare us.
Could you link it?
Mhm. Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm learning.
You're good.
Always been good.
There it is.
There it is.
So, those of you around Scarlet hear her just take a and feel as you see the color return to her cheeks as she begins to calm down.
It's 60. Wait. Oh, 60 feet from me?
From
Like
Yes.
the range?
So it's a pretty wide range.
Okay.
No, it's a 20-foot radius of the person you targeted on. It says a target.
Yeah.
Each to
Oh,
you
there
in
it
a
is.
20-foot
Target
radius.
human.
Here. 1 moment. Boop.
Okay.
There's your radius.
Oh, Fen, you're out of
Holy
luck.
crap!
So that's
Oh,
everybody.
frick.
Just kidding.
I can't actually see it.
Give me a second.
I don't like little kids, man, that like do that shit.
No, just leave at the beginning of that sentence. The first gap.
I don't like little kids.
Done.
We all look at
So.
7.
You know that there are wisps about, and you can see them flitting among the trees.
Are they dangerous?
If you follow them, they are known to lead adventurers to their demise.
Right, well, whatever way they go, let us go the other way.
Hence why I said, don't follow the lights.
Very good.
Because if you follow and you die, you become one.
That's
Good reason.
that's bad.
That is scary.
It's very bad, yes.
Well, they went this way. We can always head this way, and Akira will point.
Where's the tree, Akira?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's back
is
that
the
way.
better option.
So, from where you guys are now, you are. It's to the southeast of you.
So why don't we head that way?
We've been
Is-
in here for at least an hour, right?
Which directions did the wisps go, Matt?
Southeast.
Southeast. The wisps are going southeast.
Well,
Towards the
unfortunately, we probably have to follow the wisp then.
Was there anything else you wanted to do here? Anything you
I
wanted
just-
to look for?
I just wanted to look around again. It's just nice to see this place again. We can continue if you guys want. We should probably go. As much as I don't want to, we should probably continue southeast.
I believe we have our course of action.
We need to stop these abductions, but we appreciate you being a ready guide.
So,
Shall I continue?
Oh my god!
Okay, I'm making sure I wasn't the only one that started hearing them.
What?
Hearing
You
what?
don't hear it? Give it a second. Listen.
I hear it.
It's like a music box. It's creepy.
Oh, I thought that was the TV in the other room.
I don't hear anything. I hear
Nah,
crickets.
Josh. Nah, Josh, we're about to get moonlit butterflied.
Right? No, we got this. We already killed it, like, twice.
I got arrows. It's fine.
It's fine.
Don't worry.
so
Do we actually hear this?
in the distance, yes, you hear the very faint sound of a flute being played.
Oh, that's diegetic flute music.
7.
Alright.
Okay. That's
What?
different. That is
What do
very
we know
different.
about flutes
How-
in the middle of the forest at night besides the fact don't trust it, it's probably not actually a flute?
How far off does
Does
it
it sound like
sound?
it's coming from the direction of the tree?
It is coming from the southeast.
Did the will-o-wisps lead that way?
They did.
Towards the
Um,
tree?
If you guys would like, I can. We've got 2 ways of doing this. Or 3 ways of doing this. We can all move ahead. I can scout ahead and take a look, or I can, while we move, I can pull up my ocarina and try to mimic it.
You mean we could scout ahead? You're not going alone.
I think splitting the party even into groups of 2 or 3 would be dangerous out in the woods alone, and definitely not want.
No. If we're doing this together.
We should continue on the path we were going to go, towards the tree, I think, but we should endeavor to be stealthy.
Okay.
Is that okay with everyone?
That's a wise idea.
Stealthy as we can be. We honestly we don't have much of a choice. That's the direction we need to go to get to the bottom of this.
I'll put up my hood.
7. Can you take away the light now? I think it might hinder us more than anything.
Lights out, relying on my dark vision glasses.
I'm just gonna keep a hand on 7's shoulder and let him guide me.
Alright. So, I would like for you guys to, who are make a stealth checks for those who are making or are stealthing.
I mean, I'll try.
Yeah.
Woo! Yeah, doggy.
Okay. So, make sure I've got this. Akira and Shadow, side by side, kind of slip off into the brush ahead. Q and
Scarlet
here.
and Misty.
Q, pretty quiet for your size. You're communing with the bushes. Kind of gave you a bit of a rapport, and they start to part just for you just a little bit. However, Barros and Scarlet, unfortunately, little bit fumbly. You end up even with the dark vision, you managed to miss that one root, and you ended up bumping into each other, which made a bit of a clattering sound with Scarlet's plate.
It's almost like the root lifted out of the ground for half a second.
Might have been, could have been for comic effect.
It was not there, Barrows, I swear. Not there.
You both keep it down.
I'll remember that for now.
What?
You notice.
Scarlet.
You
Just
notice that
cast
the music
silence.
has stopped.
Oh, God.
Why did the music stop?
Because
I'm gonna
someone
look
heard us
around really quick.
approaching.
Okay. Move your tokens where you're going, and I will tell you what you see.
Is this a bush right here, Matt?
Yes.
Okay, I'm hiding in the bush then. As
Okay. So I will go ahead and reveal.
What are you 2 doing in that bush?
I'm hiding.
Mm-hmm. Young man.
There.
I mean,
arrow.
Shadow knows about the scientific part of it, but she doesn't think about it.
An arrow streaks out at Fenn's face, goes past his ear, and hits a centipede behind his head. Knock it off, Fenn.
Ah, did her.
I give the centipede an apple.
Okay.
Yes,
So
we should let them do their thing.
a moment passes.
I'm sending messages back every 30 seconds or so of what we're seeing, if we're hearing anything, just so 7 knows we're okay.
The music starts back up again after a couple of seconds.
After it takes about a minute while you guys are like stopped, listening.
Should
And-
I play my bagpipes?
Oh my god, yes. Out of
So-
character, I say yes. In character, no.
Ew.
Where are you guys moving to?
How far?
We're going. We're continuing.
Akira knows the way, so I'm following his lead.
Okay. So, you guys get to about here, if you guys are moving up that far.
I was going to stop at the tree.
Okay.
And I'm moving from cover to cover.
Okay, give me a moment here and I'll reveal areas.
Mm-hmm.
Did you roll for Misty, Q?
Yeah, 24.
Okay. That's what that stealth was. I was curious. So, from here, with your good stealth, you see ahead of you, in a small clearing, sitting on a rock,
Oh,
a beam of moonlight breaking through the trees. From this one point, you see a small figure, sitting on the rock with a flute. And I will go ahead. Around him, you see the wisps bobbing in time to the music floating around him.
Can I tell what race he is, or?
He almost looks, because of how he's dressed, like a patch of moss grew arms and legs and stood up. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Can I do that too?
Sure. Okay.
Ooh.
Easy enough with that.
No.
So Akira, you see this. Shadow, not so much. Akira, based on his general size and kind of the structure of him, underneath the scraggly beard and long dreadlocked hair, you're guessing gnome. The flute that he's playing is definitely of gnomish make. It is got little tiny markings on it that seem to indicate that it is a tinkerer's flute. But the man looks like he has not seen civilization in over a century.
Is he dressed in clothes that I would find familiar?
No. You can't really tell. Like I said, it looks like moss just kind of stood up from the ground. Twigs and mud are caked in the hair and in the beard. It seems like this guy is probably just kind of let his appearances go.
Akira is going to whisper to Shadow, "There's a gnome up ahead in the clearing."
Is that what that is?
Yes, he's wearing moss or something.
Yeah, I thought it was living moss. I wouldn't be surprised.
He's got to be really old to look like that, though. You want to send that back to the,
Yeah, I've been sending images back, like I did with the trolls.
I will relay that via my whispered messages to the other. They see an elderly gnome, I think.
with the, wisps around it, and he's playing
With
the
the
music.
wisps around it. I advise that we try talking first. I'll whisper up ahead to...
Do you want me to?
Yeah, I mean,
I
you're going
think
to be
we
better
should
at
let
talking.
Barrows
than not.
go.
Something with high charisma.
Akira's going to step out of the bush, pull out his ocarina, and try to mimic the song as he's walking up.
Okay, go ahead and make a performance check. I'll give you advantage for using the tool that you're proficient in. Not bad. It's not perfect. You're almost a half step behind. As you continue playing, though, you start getting the rhythm down and the notes down, and you're able to duplicate the song. As soon as the song starts and you start getting into it, you notice that the ring of dancing wisps expand out to encompass you as well. The gnome notices as soon as you start playing. He looks up, but doesn't stop, and continues to play with you.
I'll wait here within the wisps, and I'll politely wait for the song to finish, and then I'll talk to him.
Okay. So he begins to slowly wind it down. And as it comes to its conclusion, he lowers the flute, looks around at the wisp, and then blows a piercing, high-pitched note, and the wisps vanish.
Just flee, they just blink out.
They wink out.
Okay.
Wink.
I'm gonna go ahead and remove
give me a
them.
minute. Am I getting like an otherworldly vibe from this gnome at all?
Make an insight check.
Wow.
Dude.
Wow. Okay.
So, he doesn't seem fey in nature, but he definitely seems like he's been to the Feywild more than once.
I'll address him in Sylvan.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Okay.
Sorry, interrupted. Go ahead.
I'll address him in Sylvan. Beautiful song you were playing.
And he addresses you back in common.
Okay, I'll begin to speak common then. What are you doing out here playing for the wisps? And I'll look around at the vacant grove now.
That's what I do every night. This is my home. It's the only way to keep the wisps from eating me.
Do others live here other than you? My name's
Nope,
Akira.
only
by the
me.
way.
Only me. Akira. Nope. Okay. Yep.
What's your name?
Name? Name? Do I have a name? Name. I haven't used my name in forever. Who asks for a name anymore? Why are you here?
I'm making my way to the tree.
Tree? Tree?
I'm
Which
trying
tree?
to find
Which tree?
the
my
large
tree?
tree. I'm trying to. I'm
not my
trying
tree.
to. I'm trying to investigate disappearances.
Disappearances. You mean?
Oh, the elven, half-elven people have been going missing from a town near the forest here.
Oh, you mean the Wanderers?
The Wanderers.
Many people wander through my forest. All of them get lost. No one knows why.
Do they get lost out of the forest, or like do they go somewhere else?
I don't know. I only hear. No here. Play wisps.
I have some friends with me. Would you like to meet them?
Yes.
I'm just
Yes,
gonna
friends.
peek over his
Hold up my
shoulder.
hand and wave. I'll wave
Saw
back
you.
to the group.
Knew you. Saw you. Hi.
Greetings.
And you notice this is like constant ticking of his head, moving around, like looking at you with one eye and then moving to look at you with the other. Seems odd. Definitely not all there. Told to wait.
Told by who? Go, yeah. What do you say?
No, I was saying the same thing. Told to wait?
Told to wait. By old
who?
one. Old one. Yes.
Old one.
Who's the old one?
Scaly one. Old one. Told to
Scaly
guide.
dragon? Guide?
Told to guide.
Guide who?
Guide.
Mm.
Perhaps
Guide.
we're the ones meant to be
Scaly.
guided.
Scaly one. Akira looks down for a moment and he holds up the sapphire.
And the gnome kind of sits back, looks at it again, that looking with either eye, and then looks at you. You.
Me?
You. Not me. You.
What? Can you elaborate? Elaborate?
No! And he bounces off the rock. And from behind it, you hear this. And what I can only describe as like a helicopter of fluttering. You see a large, for its type, chicken come fluttering out of the branches and lands next to him.
What is
I
this?
have several questions.
Of course, Seven has questions. Seven questions everything.
It's a state of being.
I am the
And
question.
he hops up onto the chicken.
What is going? Barris is sitting there just going like, what is happening?
Can I identify what this chicken is? Is it just a chicken?
It looks. It is a very large chicken.
Okay.
In akin to the you have wolves and dire wolves. You have chickens and apparently a dire chicken.
Oh my God.
Is it a rooster or a hen?
It looks like a hen.
Okay.
Kira turns around to the group and is just like, I'm really hoping that duck in the dungeon isn't a dire duck. And then he'll go back to look at the...
Follow! And he runs off.
Wait!
Okay.
Guess we're
Wait up.
following.
Let's go.
I guess we're following. Let's go.
Keep up.
Sure.
Just light step.
Okay.
I'll keep an eye out for things as I'm running.
This chicken is fast on foot. You guys are able to keep up, but you notice that he's like zigzagging back and forth. Yes, like he's doing it on purpose so that you can keep up. And then you notice at some point he hops off and starts bouncing through the woods, and surprisingly sprightly for what looked like an ancient gnome. It looks almost like this clump of moss is diving through the branches. I need everybody who's chasing after them to roll survival checks.
Well, I guess it's everyone.
As you go crashing through the woods.
That would be good. Survival.
Oh my God.
I am in the back,
Better than-
Matt, to
better
make sure
than
that nobody gets
Paladins.
lost.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm sticking close to Kira and sending to Seven as close as I can our path.
Those hardy pallies.
So,
7. I'm not that drunk, but was that a giant chicken?
You apparently
and
were
I
that
can
drunk.
both drown our snores later, and I'm gonna keep a hand on Fentress as we run.
Okay.
Light ahead of my wand.
While
So,
this is going on, Akira's going to turn the shadow. Do you think he has more of those? I kind of want one.
okay,
I kind of do too.
hang on.
Continue.
As you charge afterwards, Akira, Scarlet, Barros, and Q all manage to keep up. Shadow, Seven, and Fen. You rush past a tree, look over to where you thought Shadow. You look over to where you thought Akira was going to be. He's not there. Seven, you were right behind Scarlet, but then a branch blocks your view, and now she's gone.
What the? Scarlet?
Oh no.
I did say I was staying in
Ben?
the back so we can't get lost.
I know you were, but you weren't able to keep tabs on everybody.
Okay, question. Is this a magical effect that's making them lost?
It seems to be the woods themselves have moved.
Okay, well, if it's not a magical meaning, they can't get lost.
Does anyone have any magic that can find a path?
I know how your thing works, Nick.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
I wouldn't have done it
you're good.
if I. So,
No.
Could I use true magic to try and pierce this weird veil?
Those of us that are lost, do we see each other?
no.
Okay. So I'm
Well, my
immediately-
hand was on 7 the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
To kinda... He's gone?
Gone.
Suddenly disappears.
Okay.
Again,
I'm
so for whatever reason, the
Oh no.
as you're crashing through the brush,
So that'll be
the
interesting.
second you break contact, gone.
I'm immediately stopping and trying to feel for Seven with my telepathy. I know I at least have a connection to him.
Make an intelligence check for me.
Oh,
Should I make one as
this
well?
one too.
Okay,
Just
so...
right.
I'm lost. I'm alone. And I can't see.
And you're drunk.
Oh
And
Check
I'm
not
drunk.
Save, right?
Intelligence check.
Okay.
Well, let me get to work on that new character, guys!
So who's with me and the gnome right now?
You.
Wolf?
It was you, Q, Scarlet, Misty, and Barrows.
Okay.
Oh
Do
no.
they realize we're gone?
They're still following the gnome.
Okay.
So-
Can I use...
So-
Go ahead.
What spell are you modifying with this?
I want to try and modify... Hang on. I have it right here. Can I modify Dimension Door to, instead of taking me from point A to point B here, from point A to a metaphysical point B, to like where I want to go?
Go ahead and try it and roll
It's
a
a
d.
long shot, I know, but I'm desperate. I am alone in the woods with no friends.
Roll a d100 for me.
Oh.
Can I
no.
use my nat 20 I rolled earlier?
D100. It's not going to do you much good.
D100.
D100.
Come on, baby.
You got
All right,
this.
let's see.
Let's go, Magic Man.
Okay, so you successfully cast Dimension Door. Who were you thinking of?
Scarlet.
Okay,
Why did it take you so
'Cause
long?
I have no idea if the others are all somewhere else or what. I'm just suddenly alone. So I'm like, gotta find Scarlet.
so you focus in on Scarlet and you begin to cast the magic. You feel it connect to something. You don't think it's Scarlet, and as you pass through, you are standing next
I'm so
to
sorry about that.
To Fen?
Fen.
Oh, nice.
Hi.
Okay,
That didn't work.
one second.
as well.
Before you got there, Finn was already freaking the fuck out. There are several trees on fire by now.
Oh boy. Oh,
That's
oh,
not
no.
good.
Oh no.
So,
um,
7, you pop up and you see a couple of bushes, trees on fire.
just gotta put that out real quick and
So- Not knowing it's 7. Sorry.
yeah, it's me. It's 7.
I took my hand off you for a moment and you were gone. Like you were snatched up. Just where's
All
my
of
brothers?
them. I'm gonna try this. I can see I almost had it. I almost teleported to Scarlet. Let me put my hand on you and I'll try and poof us to where they are. Well, we're gonna figure out if I'm able to do this real fast.
Okay,
I'm gonna
So-
grasp his shoulder, and I'm not letting go. This is almost iron grip. I'm sorry if
Okay.
it breaks your shoulder.
It hurts me too, by the way. So.
This is
Oh, you can
chemistry
take it.
in the back of a moving van with hydrochloric acid.
alright, here we go. Go ahead and, Now, I won't make you roll the D100. You successfully cast the spell, the same as before, focusing harder on Scarlet.
Same time, baby. Same time.
So you missed Scarlet. But you popped up on Q.
Yay!
So you're close. Q,
Is
next to you, you see your brother just pop out of nowhere. You can't see Seven, because he's on the other side. But you see, like, Fen is practically shaking.
You okay?
Did it work? Did not work. But
I don't like this forest.
Yes.
I want to go home.
It's
And
a
by
really-
home, I
it's a-
mean my temple.
It's a really nice forest. All the trees are super nice.
Is it just us three?
No, everyone's in front of us.
Yeah, so, well, everybody...
And that's when I'm going to
but-
look around and realize who's missing.
Yes. Everybody but Shadow
Shadow.
is currently there.
Barrows, where's Shadow?
What do you mean?
Can't do that.
So
And I'm going to look up to where Akira is and see that she's. Where's
as a-
Shadow?
as a point, I had been trying to send constant messages back to Seven. He would have also realized that was gone.
Nothing has been picked up.
Have I noticed that she disappeared?
You, so you were out in front, so she would have been behind you. You do notice that after the gnome has stopped, where you were expecting to hear her behind you, you didn't hear her. You look around to see Barrows, Q, and Scarlet come rushing up behind. You all stop, kind of checking around.
Where's everyone?
We're all here except for Shadow.
Couple
Missing
moments
one-
later.
One person.
Well, then a couple moments later, then.
Yes, so now you are all caught up. Shadow,
Where's Shadow?
you are in the middle of the forest. You don't know where you are in the forest. What do you do?
What do I see?
You see around you, you see the same kind of brush that you've been seeing, a mixture of plants. You see large trees, mostly shadows, and a couple of beams of light through the canopy.
So I can't tell where the big tree is.
Not from
Cannot
here.
send Seven. Fuck. I don't want to pop my wings out yet. That's a lot of energy.
Okay, sending.
If you wanted to.
Really?
If I realize she's not there, I'm gonna cast sending and focus on Shadow, so I'm gonna say, Shadow, we're all together. We were separated, but we've managed to find each other. Where are you? Do you know where you are?
No. I turned around and everyone was gone.
Sorry.
I'm gonna tell the others. Okay, she doesn't know where she is.
But
and
she's
I
okay.
have no idea where she is.
So,
But she is okay.
for now, I'm going to move you guys to this one. And
I just see black.
Yeah,
give me a second. Give me a second. I'm working on something.
That's what your character sees too. It's dark.
Hey, she's got dark vision. She can see
Lucky.
trees.
And then here. Going to copy these tokens.
Can I see any stars through the canopy?
No, it is dense.
Hmm.
Okay, so give me a second. I'm moving everybody into place where they would be, roughly. there. Okay. Now.
Has the forest ever shifted like this before?
Not that you can recall. So, Shadow. As you sit, pondering what to do, a small mote of light floats.
I kind of look at it. I'm like, yeah, Barrow said not to follow you, but you were heading toward the tree. You know where the tree is? The big one?
Kind of bobs in a little circle.
Go in a square if that means yes.
Kind of bobs in an awkward shape. You get the sense that it doesn't understand what a square is.
Close enough, that means that you're not just
sad.
mindless. Lead the way.
Okay. So, it it kind of begins to float off, and then winks out.
I was gonna say, as I start to follow, I'm gonna say, betray me, and I'm gonna make sure that your existence is short.
And it, again, went a little ways and then winked out.
Okay, so I'm gonna go a little further to see if it pops back up. Or another one does.
Okay. You see another one. Just at the corner there.
There? There you go.
And it ducks behind the tree and begins and disappears.
Okay. Not liking
Anybody
this.
seen Brave? Just
That's
getting,
exactly what
getting
I'm
those
thinking of,
vibes,
too. Yeah.
right?
Only a sling instead of a bow. Okay, so I'm peeking around the tree.
Okay.
What do I see?
It's really hard to do in Roll20. And I just realized the stream isn't getting any of this, so we're just going to narrate this.
Yeah, Barrows.
So, you peek around the tree and you see the mote of light, and it kind of looks back at you and bobs excitedly, and then floats off.
Okay. So as I follow, I'm gonna be like, "You got a name?"
No response. Make a perception check.
Hey! Now it rolls
Okay.
well.
So- You've been following this wisp for a little while, and you notice that you start hearing these kind of wispy sighs, like oh. And you notice that it's not coming from in front of you. As you look behind you, you see several wisps have now started to trail you.
I'm gonna take a moment and look behind me and say, if you guys attack me, you will regret it.
Probably not the wisest thing to insult him, but that's okay. It guides you forwards. I need you to make a charisma save for me.
Fuck.
Make it with a 20.
You can't see her.
You can't see
It
me.
doesn't
You
matter,
can't
let's
use
see.
it.
I can't bend your
Does it
fate.
say?
Oh well.
Ah!
Ooh.
No, I tried.
So Shadow's a really cool character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just say Barrows was completely justified when he singled you out and told you not to follow him?
She wasn't
but
gonna.
Barrows-
There's not much
I know, I
choice.
know.
Barrows saw this coming.
So,
I know.
getting back to the rest of the group,
Thanks.
Oh boy.
Hey, does anybody have anything that we can use to find Shadow Song? Because I reached out to her. She was okay as of 2 minutes ago, but I've spent all of my big stuff to get Fen and Q.
I can go looking.
I'm going
No,
back.
Mm-mm.
don't separate.
It's a big woods. We don't know where she is. That would be tantamount to suicide.
Q, is Master with you?
No, Master's at the cart. He doesn't like airships.
Of course, I forgot.
He's too small.
I
The
can-
harnesses don't fit him. It gets really bad.
That's right.
In a pocket.
I can
At
shoot
this point-
a fireball into the air.
at this point, Master Splinter comes crawling out of Q's bag.
Ah! How? That's a bag of holding. How are you alive?
Not that bag.
The other
The other
bag's in that bag.
No, have him come out of my quiver.
No. Splinter doesn't need to breathe. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's fine. We now know.
He's
No,
got a
so-
con of 500 to get his breath in.
He crawls up to your shoulder, looks at both of you.
There's something on my shoulder.
It's Splinter.
Oh.
Master. Shadow is out there alone. We can't reach him. Can you help?
He kind of sniffs the air, and you see he closes his eyes and almost seems to go limp. You're familiar with this. This is when he communes with the rats.
What's the gnome doing right now?
The gnome is sitting on his chicken watching you.
Okay.
You can.
So,
Did my tree friends
Teal.
give me any information?
are you casting Speak with Plant?
No, I asked if any of the trees would know where she is, seeing if they'd point in a direction, do anything
They-
like before.
No response.
Okay.
Um, so, Splinter looks up at you, nods his head, and then takes off into the woods.
We're gonna look at Barrows. Let's go get your daughter, and I'm gonna follow Splinter.
And I'm gonna follow
Okay.
Fen.
Then we should all go.
Yeah, Fen, you can't see at night.
Will
I have a
you
torch.
follow us to go retrieve our friend? I turn to the gnome.
No follow, only guide.
Only guy. Will you wait here then?
Maybe.
We'll
Maybe.
catch up. You
Yes.
guys follow him.
If I give you an
You
apple,
guys-
will you stay?
He has been he's stationary this entire time. This is where he stopped, and you guys realize that he's stopping here.
Okay.
Let's mark the trees so that we can see.
No! Don't mark the trees.
Okay, alright.
Tie a ribbon.
Is there
So-
another way? Do we have chalk or something like that? No.
I have candies.
We
Receive
will leave
candies?
a trail of candy a la Hansel and Gretel.
Excellent. So you guys,
Dick gnome.
who all is going? Who all is staying? Barrows, Fen.
Is going.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Scarlet and I can stay if... Unless we all should go.
We probably all should go.
We should all go. Once we find Shadow Song, we'll make our way back if we can, but I'd rather us be unsuccessful for one night and have to do this again tomorrow and still be all alive than not.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll be back soon. I'll say to the gnome as we go off. I'm going to stealth behind the group, making sure that no one comes up behind us.
Definitely wait here.
So, you guys follow Splinter. And it's hard keeping up with a rat, but he's making himself seen. He'll crawl up a tree before jumping down into the bush and crawl up another tree so you can see him. You notice that at the tip of his tail is a tiny bead of light
Lovely.
Aww.
that he's generating with his power. And he leads you guys to a clearing. You see the will-o-wisps dancing around what looks to be a tree that has been split down the middle.
Do I know where this is?
It's unfamiliar to you. There hasn't been a significant tree like this since your tree was planted.
It's a really big tree.
It is about 10 feet across, and the crack itself is about maybe 2.5 to 3 feet wide. The crack itself splits all the way up, about halfway up the tree, up to about 15 feet.
Anything in the crack?
Not that you can tell.
Why are they surrounding that tree?
I don't know.
And you see Splinter scamper across the open glade, and he's stealthing as much as a rat can, moving kind of quickly, silently. And you see him disappear into the crack.
We should wait.
When he disappears, you see a tiny flash of green light.
Well,
I'm following.
alright, yep.
Going.
What a cadaver.
I can try to play the song to lull the wisps so that they don't.
Good idea.
Okay, because as soon as you guys start approaching, the wisps kind of turn and stop circling and begin to kind of form up in front of this crack.
I'm going to play the song
Okay.
that I heard the gnome playing.
Go ahead and make the check with advantage. I'm modifying the DC because you've played it before. Okay, no problem. You play the song, and immediately the wisps don't really snap to attention, but they kind of almost seem to perk up and then start floating around you, circling,
Okay.
allowing the rest of you to approach the tree.
Thinking, Akira.
While we approach, I'll keep up the back again.
Okay. So, who's going to the tree first?
Like Fen was,
Fen?
yeah.
Okay, Fen. With your large size, you are surprisingly quick, and you rush towards the tree. It's a little bit big for your furbolg frame to fit into, but you kind of squeeze, and you reach your hand in, and it's cooler out here in the forest. It's still warm, but you could definitely feel a temperature difference as you reach through, and it almost feels balmy on your hand. And you're kind of like trying to find a handhold on the other side, and you feel something land on your hand.
Okay.
And try to push it downwards.
Gonna let it guide me?
Okay. This thing is kind of guiding your hand, almost like a claw machine. And you feel it land on something warm and fuzzy.
Grab it. Pull.
Okay. So, easily enough,
The second I see him starting to pull, I'm gonna help him pull.
so you guys both pull. And Fen, on your arm is Splinter. And in your hand is the ankle of Shadow.
Just gonna get Shadow out of the trunk of the tree.
Okay. She is currently unconscious.
Lay on hands. Lay on hands.
Okay. So, you don't really need to lay on hands. You jostle her awake through the pulling. She wasn't unconscious. She was knocked out.
I shove an apple in her face.
That could have been very bad.
What did I tell you about
Shadow.
Hi.
the lights?
Shadow, hold up.
Okay.
You have no recollection of the past 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Okay, so for me, it was just like
Here we go again.
You were following them, and
I
now you're
threatened
here.
them, and then
No, you didn't threaten anything. You don't remember any of that either.
okay.
So what was a half hour ago?
It was the half hour. I believe you guys were meeting the gnome.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm
So
gonna
she
like
went from meeting the gnome to...
To this.
To here.
I'm just gonna look around, look at the tree. Okay, so this isn't the big tree. Where'd the guy go?
There's some magic at work here that's been
There's-
wreaking havoc with all of us, but
You're safe, that's the point.
we're all together.
You were lost. I don't know why they're beating around the bush. You were lost for a while. We just kind of found you in a tree.
Splinter found you.
Yeah.
actually.
Splinter.
Speaking of which, where were you in my bag?
Kind of holds up a single pod figure.
Ted.
Probably
Kira,
like this little rat condo under my bag of holding. No,
Kira's
just
still playing his ocarina.
confused.
Looks at everybody, just kind of waves and points back in the direction of the gnome because he's still playing.
Oh, you want us to wait longer?
Let's go back.
Can I match the
Scarlet,
tune with
you've
my
been letting
bagpipes?
Candy through, right?
You could certainly
Oh,
try.
goodness.
Oh,
Let's go
hell
quick.
no!
Let's let's before those bagpipes come out. Let's go. The Wisp try to kill us.
Follow Scarlet's candy trail back.
Okay.
Before we leave, I'm going to thank the tree.
No response from the tree.
Of course, it has a giant hole in it.
Kind of hard.
Thanks for letting my friend take a nap inside of
When
me.
Yeah.
we get far enough away from the wisps, I'll drop the song and we'll continue walking. Unless
Okay.
the wisps are following.
Okay,
So,
before this happens
7?
again, everyone hold hands. That's ridiculous that we lost that many people.
What the heck happened?
You got lost. I
will
don't know.
say this:
We'll
7.
explain everything
You
later.
do with your keen magic senses. You do notice that there, from Shadow, is a fey, almost like a lingering fey magic.
Yeah. Whatever those will-o-wisps did, they're messing with our perception of each other and our perception of space and time. I can almost smell the fey magic coming off of you, Shadow Song. We should all be very careful, be very intentional, and stay close. Hang on to each other, because we were moving very, very fast and lost track of each other. So
Okay.
let's slow it down a little bit this time.
Yes. Agreed.
So,
I'm gonna take the rope off of my backpack, tie one end around my waist,
Yes.
and start tying it around everybody, including
Okay.
Splinter.
We're getting positively mythological up in here. I love it.
I can tie it myself.
All
You gotta
aboard.
tie it
No-
tight.
no touchy. No touchy.
All aboard the rope train. Let's
Okay,
go.
so you guys wind your way through. Akira is now leading the way, following the Sweets Trail until the Sweets Trail goes missing because there are animals in these woods.
Fuck.
I'll, because we were going in the direction of the tree anyways with the gnome, I'm going to, pull up the eye.
Okay, so using the eye to navigate, no issues. You make it back, and you see the gnome sitting on his chicken, tapping his foot impatiently.
Did he eat the
I'm
apple?
sorry, we're back. We used a rope, and I'll point to the rope.
Get lost. All lost. All gone. Every year. All gone. Lost. Lost.
Which lost?
We got lost.
Not lost.
Probably
Yes.
everybody who's wandered
Yes, we got lost,
I'm
and
gonna
now we were
hunt the
found.
gnome.
Now here.
Yeah, he's not that hard to understand, guys. What's going on?
You,
Yeah,
And he
that
kind
is
of
an
he points
absolute
back, and you see the you can see through the various kind of bushes and branches. Ahead of you looks almost like a stone wall. On closer inspection, it is bark.
when we're approaching it, I'm going to hold up the eye to it and just see what it looks like through the eye.
Through the eye, this thing is glowing. It is radiating energy, and while the color of the sapphire is blue, this is a bright emerald green.
While I'm looking at this, I'll look at Seven, who's standing behind me, and I'll just hold the eye up into his so he can see through it.
Oh my.
Can he see?
Can I feel any magic coming off this thing?
The eye, yes, there is lots of magic.
Meant the
Oh, the tree?
I mean, the sapphire, well, I'm interested in that too, but I can feel lots of magic coming off it, and I'll ask Kira about that later. But the tree itself, if it's lighting up like a Christmas tree inside this.
Yes, you around you in general, you feel magic. And I would like you all to make perception checks.
Oh boy, my favorite.
I was going to tell Seven as he was looking through it about the. Okay. Shit.
Holy crap!
Am I on
Damn
this map?
you.
Hey,
Thought you were. Give me a second. I think I may have moved your token.
Scarlet.
Yeah, since
I'm perceptive as fuck.
I rolled my passive.
There we go. So, everybody but Barrows, who is still very concerned about Shadow and a little distracted, begin to hear singing coming from the direction of the tree.
Can we
I'm
tell
sure
the
Barrows would have heard it. As everybody else perked up, Barrows would have.
Everybody's like, oh.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Can we tell
would
what
have heard,
language it is?
I'm trying to actually.
Not in a language.
Okay.
or would have heard Scarlet freaking out, and then Barrows would have due attention.
Da da. Da 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 da. No no!
What do you think that is? Is it coming from the tree?
Mm-hmm. Let's go ahead and just reveal the area here.
Is this tree located where it would have happened?
Well, let me go ahead and reveal the area.
Big. Oh, there it is.
Swore that was a dinosaur.
So,
You fool! It was a Tarrasque this whole time.
Oh, I missed that.
why do I not? Oh, that's why. Haha. Okay. So, the base of the tree, you can see, looks as if it had been fractured and collapsed, but then persisted to grow. So now there's this. The tree itself, when it collapsed, was large. But now there's this almost V'd growth of where it grows out of the ground in two locations. What you're staring at on this from this map is the left half, from your perspective, of that sprout growing from the ground. As they connect, they grow up into this colossal tree. At the base of it, you can see several spectral women seeming to tend to sleeping individuals on these, like, these had, like, beds of branches.
Do they look like elves or half elves?
From this distance, most of you can tell, they're elven. You see one of them.
The specters or the people inside on the beds?
All of them.
Okay.
Even the specters have pointed ears.
Yeah.
One of them seems to be singing this slow lullaby, while the others kind of move leaves and branches to cover the people.
I'm going to turn to the others and say, well, let's not jump to any conclusions, but I think we've found the people who are taken.
Akira turns to the gnome. Still watching this site.
Yes.
You said you were supposed to wait for me? Wait for me for what?
Told to guide.
Guide me to here. To do
Yes.
what? Was it specified?
I don't know. Told you told.
Okay.
He
Wanted us to
he
find
did his
this.
job. That's what he's telling you. He was just supposed to guide us.
Was told
What
you
are-
told.
What are those?
You. What?
I'll point at the spectral elves. Is that what I'm here for, or?
Don't know. Told you told. Those ones, old ones. Old ladies.
Who speaks Elvish here? Show of hands.
Do I have to hold up my hand?
Yes.
Even if you don't, we know you can.
I'm a half elf.
Look, I don't assume
I
every
think we
Asian
can all
speaks
speak
Chinese,
Elvish.
man. It's a little racist to imply that I would
Thank
just
you,
think
thank
you
you.
would
I
speak
appreciate that.
Lady sad.
Why are they sad?
Lady lonely. Miss children. Lost children.
Like the wisps? We heard them make children noises earlier.
Wisps too. I play for them. Children lost. Children find me. Epani play.
What was that?
Did you just say your name, Ipani?
Epani. Epani play.
You remembered his name.
Could you spell that, Matt? 'Cause I'm stupid.
Well, I
That's
can do
exactly
that.
how I spelled it. I'm happy.
It's a gnomish name. It's rather simple. So, 7. To answer your question, since this is going to be general knowledge here in the next 2 minutes, as you explain to everybody,
Just making sure.
Banshee, the typical Banshee, is a more fearsome for their wails than dangerous for their presence, if that makes sense. The sounds that they can make can be lethal. Are you looking more towards like what they can do, or towards what has caused them?
I think being more of an intellectual, I'll leave the ghost slaying stuff to the paladins. My field of study probably would have been more theoretical, what causes them and what gets rid of them, not
Okay.
tactics.
So, these, you know about this place. You've read the histories and how it happened.
Interesting.
The spirits here may be restless because the loss of life, the drastic loss of life. It could be that nature itself has called them back. Excuse me. Banshees don't typically take people. Most of the time, they are vengeful against the living. These ones seem to be nurturing. So, what you know and what you're observing are clashing.
I will relay that to the party and say, sometimes the lingering will of elven maidens can keep them tethered here as banshees. But typical banshees stay where they were killed and lash out against all life. These ones, some calamity that occurred here might have robbed them of loved ones, and perhaps they're replacing them.
Am I getting a bad feeling from these? Is that
You
the
are.
bad feeling I am?
Mm-hmm. This is the foreboding that you were feeling.
I'm pretty sure. And Barrow's putting two and two together. This is what he felt. All this
Well,
time.
you are sensing undead in general. This is definitely the stronger presence.
Right. But when I first did the ping in the village, this is
You think so? Maybe.
yeah.
Akira takes a deep breath.
I don't like this.
I'm getting the feeling that I should approach them.
I was just gonna ask if they look familiar.
I can't tell from this
To ask
distance
if we're
if they
going to
do.
destroy them or not.
Alright, if you want to approach, I'll send Misty with you.
Let's let
don't-
Akira
I
take
don't-
the first crack at this.
I don't know Barrows if we are.
Go ahead and make a move where you're moving.
Okay.
Can I go as well?
Like
If you
all
want
the
to.
way? All the way that
Yes.
he's moving?
Just move in increments.
Okay.
Cast guidance on you by patting you on the back before you do so.
Okay, Barros.
Yeah.
About the time you step here,
Okay.
you hear a
Scarlet.
shifting. Huh? Hang on. Easy. You
Oh,
feel
okay.
a shifting
Teleported.
underneath you,
Okay.
and a hand grabs your leg and begins pulling as a creature begins pulling itself out of the ground. I'm going to need everybody to roll initiative.
Yeah, we shouldn't have gone. We should let him go.
Smite it.
Scarlet, where'd you go? You're like,
So,
Yeah.
Scarlet, I'm going to need you to
Come back.
come back here.
I'm fine. I'm fine with that.
Hang on, I gotta get there. There we go.
The initiative
oh my
check.
wa mo shinderu.
Nani?
Nani?
When we were doing our investigation, did we find out like an average or most common age for those that had gone missing?
Go back.
Like, was it kids and teenagers or any age?
I don't know how to do this.
Click on your token, then
I
you click on the
did.
sheet.
Are you still having
Did it
trouble
not
with
pop
that?
up?
It did not pop up.
Did you have
Okay.
two pages open, or did you split it up?
But it's under Scarlet.
That doesn't. If you have two different web pages open, it won't do it. You have to make it a separate web page. So
I
close
got
it
you.
on the second one, and then when you have your
I have
character
it in
sheet
a separate
open,
tab. Like,
yeah, you have to have
Here.
one
Do you have
roll
a full
20
roll
open.
20?
yes.
Okay. Remember, in your sheet, you have a little pop-out button in the corner.
Yeah, but it didn't let me.
I think it's because you have two roll 20s open.
Or you have ad blocker.
Don't feel bad, Scarlet. Even that zombie is faster than 7 right now. So no matter what. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Roll a natural 20. Embarrass
Yeah.
you.
No, we went with the 11.
Still.
It is a zombie, so it's not like you have to worry too much. Wasted.
Oh, my zomb.
Okay.
Don't eat me.
So,
It won't live.
Akira,
Do I
you
see
are
this?
first. You're looking straight ahead. Are you? Go ahead and roll a perception. Yeah, you hear it. You hear it behind you.
I'll try to. I'll move here and I'll try to silently take it out really quick.
Okay, go ahead and roll.
Does it look immediately hostile? I mean, I
It's-
assume it's a zombie.
It's hard to tell. This thing, you can so things that you noticed with the perception check. One, it is elf. It is an elf crawling its way. The armor that is on it looks very similar to yours, except old and decrepit and falling apart.
Give me a moment.
What you doing, Akira?
I'm gonna hold my attack action just in case if it. Can I use a bonus action if I hold an action? Yes.
Nope. You can hold your turn, but then this is the homebrew rule. You can hold your entire turn. However, when you take that turn, your initiative pops up for the rest of the combat, wherever you pop back in. So where are you holding
Kinda stealth.
your? Okay.
No, I was wondering if I used a bonus action, can I hold an action to fire an arrow?
Yes, you can do that. I thought you were trying to hold an action and bonus action.
No, I'm gonna hold my. I'm gonna stealth, and then I'm gonna hold the shot if it makes an attack against somebody.
Okay. That is your turn. It is the doggo's turn.
That's
What's
it.
Misty doing?
That's it.
Okay. Moved up with
Yep.
Barrows.
Because I'm gonna swing at it
Mhm.
Okay.
twice.
Go ahead and make your attack roll. Okay.
Yeah. That hits.
It definitely hits. It's a zombie.
Cat butt.
Zombie.
Okay. So.
Tell me it's dead.
Oh yeah. No. You swing and just
Yeah.
split this thing in half, and you feel your blade turn cold.
That's what I wanted.
Gotta feed the barrows today.
Feed the wing. Feed the.
Okay. So this one is
Let's go.
Damn.
Where are you going?
Akira will stand back up and move here around this tree and slowly move around the tree. So,
Okay. I need you to stop there.
okay. Where, at the tree or stop here?
Nope. Right where you were.
Oh, where I was. Okay.
Okay, give me a second here. Just need to check something.
Is my stealth still active? Because I stealth in the combat.
More.
As far as you can tell, you're silent.
Okay.
Where is it? Do. There you are.
Tell me there's more.
So I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
Okay. Charisma. I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. So roll with advantage.
18.
Okay. So as you walk by this tree, you just catch a glimpse of something ethereal as and this spectral body passes through you. And as it passes through you, it kind of spins up back around and looks you in the eye as you come face to face with the ghost of an elf.
And we're not in combat?
You are still in combat.
Oh, okay.
I wasn't finished, but keep going.
Okay, so
No, keep.
now I'm going to go back into the turn order. Barrows,
Sure.
it's your full turn.
Okay. Do I see that ghost pop up?
From where you are, it's kind of covered. You do see, like, a brief shudder from Akira,
Okay.
but
I'm gonna
Matt,
start.
was that its turn?
I'm gonna start moving.
as far as you can tell.
I'm going to move away from it then.
Full 30. Is 30 right there.
Okay. When you get to... Yep, hang on. I need you to make a charisma save.
Okay.
This is a ghost. Doesn't his thing protect him?
Actually, yes, it does protect
Yeah.
possession.
Okay.
So, as you go running towards Akira, another ghost rises up from the ground.
I'm gonna stare at it. Is it Elvish?
It is an elf.
In Elvish, I'm gonna go. Your peace, you will find. And I'm gonna swing at it.
Okay.
Black with my talon. Oh, that was damage. Stand by. Thought that was gonna just re-roll the.
Yeah, no, you gotta click it on your sheet.
Yep,
That misses.
that misses.
So, you kind of have to make this half-cocked swing.
Yeah.
You weren't quite expecting it as it rose up on beside you, so you end up swinging wide, and it almost seems to pass through its clothing as it flutters by, and you see this little shred of cloth flit away before melting into nothingness. Shadow. It was at the end of your turn.
I'm gonna rage.
Okay. Go ahead and mark that. And Shadow, it is now your turn.
Okay, so 20. I'm moving up, and I'm going to shoot at the one that showed up by Barrows.
Okay.
Sharpshooter? No, just one. Yeah, just one. Oh, fuck.
So it goes whizzing past. Off into the bushes.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Save my power.
That's it? It's your turn.
Yep, that's it.
Fen.
Okay. I'm going to. Let's see. This. Okay. I'm gonna run over here to Barrows,
Okay.
and I'm gonna take just
Ghost Puncher.
yeah. I mean, Fist of Justice can punch ghosts. Don't you know this?
Yep. Go ahead.
Punch a ghost.
I'm gonna punch a ghost. Is this?
That hits.
Ooh.
You slapped that ghost.
Bitch, you guess it.
He was right.
Who you be possessing?
Does that hit?
That just hits.
Ooh.
Lich better have my money.
Okay.
I'm not trying to kill it, by the way.
That's good.
Well,
It's
you're
already-
certainly doing a decent job of it as you run up and you catch it. Again, these things look to be wearing kind of these rags and armor. And you hit it just into the ribs, and you, while normally a ghost you just pass right through, you feel it actually connect into something solid as the key that wraps your wrist makes contact with ethereal flesh. And it's just boom, boom.
Gotta work them ribs, man.
Anything else? You do still have a bonus action.
I do. Just gonna float around him.
Okay. Then we will move forward to Scarlet. Oh, I haven't rolled initiative for this thing.
For either one of them?
Everybody's just beating the shit out of it, and it doesn't have an initiative.
Yeah.
Just gonna sit there.
Poor ghost buddy. It missed
I'm
its
gonna
possession.
move right here and just hold my action.
Okay. In that case, we'll move on to Q.
Alright, I will move up to here, and I'm gonna pup Spirit Guardians.
Okay. So that is a 15-foot aura? Or 10-foot aura, I can't remember.
15 foot.
Thought so. Okay. I'm going to give you a 15-foot green aura, something that is actually going to stand out against the map.
Circle of fun.
That's a
That'll
big
just tell
circle.
me- Okay. So, because that pops up, he has to make save. What's the saving throw?
Mm.
Wisdom save. Okay.
Mhm.
So, we're going to roll wisdom. Not with a 10.
So 11 points of radiant.
Damn it.
Light him up.
Just make sure it doesn't have vulnerabilities. So as you move up, you cast the spell, and you watch as your spectral guardians. Which did you have something in mind for
It
them?
just leaves.
Okay, so these oak leaves appear and almost seem to swirl around you like a tornado. They rip and tear through this ethereal creature. Is that all you're doing?
Yep.
Okay. 7, your turn.
Right, so there's a ghost right there in front of me, right?
Yes, there is.
And there's Mira, just making sure my tactical options. Alright, so we're trying to basically make our way forward. Because I really don't want to be possessed, because I still got a decent amount of destructive magic left, I'm going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Staying within your... Well, actually, you don't have calm motions up. Never mind. But I'm going to take a sprinkle of silver from my belt and toss it into the air and cast Protection from Good and Evil on myself.
Okay.
I knew we were hunting ghosts. That will be my action. And don't really have anything good to do with my bonus action, so that'll be that.
Okay, so back to Akira.
Looking at this ghost for the moment that I have clarity, does his armor look like it's of a certain rank or anything, or?
He looks to be of mostly the standard guard class. Seems that he was a frontline soldier in life.
I'm going to take a step forward and reveal my necklace. Please let me pass.
And
I'm just... Huh?
It kind of pauses at the necklace and seems to stand at attention.
And I will walk past it to get to the ladies.
Okay. As you approach, they all turn to you.
I still have the necklace being presented.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my full movement.
Okay.
Unless if I want to sprint this, but I'm going to be calm about it.
So, they all turn to face you. And the one who was singing the lullaby stops. Looks at you. So you finally come back, my prince. You finally returned to us.
Does she look familiar?
Make a intelligence check. It's kind of hard to tell. This is just to check your memory.
Boy, that's your mama.
So, no, I wouldn't let him forget his mother.
I'm your grandmother.
Made number 54.
So,
Throw the chocolate.
She looks familiar, but you can't place her. You have seen her before.
Can I say something back?
For now, I'm going to pause combat.
Do these bodies look like they're from the village?
They are dressed in modern clothing.
What are you guys doing to these people?
The mother asked for her children. We bring her children back.
I'm sorry, I don't quite understand. Who was telling you this? The mother?
The mother? Young
And
Prince, do you not know of the mother? She?
Akira points up at the tree. The mother?
No. And she pauses and begins to walk towards the tree. And I will go ahead and resume your guys' combat so that you can actually do something. But
Don't
she
die.
goes over to the tree. Misty's turn. I take it she was going to move up with Akira?
Yep.
Okay. Barrows.
Swan.
That hits. Go ahead and roll the damage. So, you see Fen come charging up, get 2 solid shots in, and as it rears up from the pain of that, you see your opening. You slash across its front, and the cold blade splits, and you see purple fire as it connects with the ectoplasm. As you flash through it, it seems to almost dissipate into tiny petal-sized ribbons. And the blade grows colder. And you hear in your mind a slight rumbling.
You awaken.
It's been too long.
Yes. It has.
Okay. So, this is dead.
There is work to be done.
Is it dead though, or just deader?
It's re-dead.
Dead. Absorbed into my sword, maybe?
Your
This
sword
one
ate it.
seemed to dissipate.
Okay. I wasn't like the specter that one time that got absorbed
Sucked into,
the
no?
blade.
The rest of you are free to approach Akira. You notice, as you approach, that the spirit that Akira was speaking to has placed her hand on the base of the tree.
Okay, I will drop my spirits guardian then.
Oh man.
I'm maintaining protection from good and evil.
Like, Barris is like debating about just destroying that ghost.
And you hear, you see her mouth open, and you hear this long, pained song.
Who's that?
And as the final notes ring out through the forest, you see a green split form in the tree. You hear the cracking of wood as it splits wider. This green light issues forth, and from it steps a woman, clad in robes, simple robes, kind of earthy tones. Her skin is almost the same color as the bark of the tree. She looks beautiful, unearthly so. middle-aged. Not... You would normally, with your knowledge, think dryad. Obviously, stepping forth from a tree. But dryads are typically young and beautiful maidens. This one has almost a matronly look. And she looks down to the spirit, and she towers over her. She's at least twice the size of the spirit. And actually, probably twice, about head and shoulders taller than Fenner Q. And she leans down and gently cups the spirit's cheek. And you can almost see this blissful look in her eyes. Thank you, child. And she begins slowly stepping forward. As she moves forward, you notice that she walks with a limp. Her right leg doesn't seem to work quite as well as it used to. She surveys all of you, and then looks down to Akira. And you see in her eyes a pained look. And you can see, like, on closer inspection, what you thought was just, like, the pattern of bark. You see dark streaks that line from the tear ducts down her cheeks, almost painted on her face. Welcome back, my child.
Akira's just looking down, and a tear hits the leaf on the ground, and he just runs up and hugs her.
And as you hug her, she kneels down so you can actually give her a proper hug. Akira, you know her. Well, you knew her tree.
Mm-hmm.
This was the tree that was planted the year you were born. It was planted outside in a favorite spot of your father and mother, where they first met. And as she kind of curls you up in her arms, why did you leave? You left me behind.
I didn't have a choice. I was sent. He'll pull out the eye and hold it up.
So the old lizard made you abandon me.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have gone down to those caves.
You were never one to listen. I always knew that. When you left, I was so alone. But I could sense my children outside the forest. Children of our people. I was hoping to bring them back.
Please let us go back to the village. I'll bring them back to the village and I'll ask them to move here.
Indeed, beyond everybody for when your elves get kidnapped by tree spirits.
Yes.
Why should I let the non-blooded into my woods? They don't belong. They never belonged.
But the looks down at the banshee. She said that you wanted. You're only taking elves because you don't want.
I want my children, not the children of men or dwarves, not the ugly races.
Akira embraces her a little bit harder. Anybody who lives in this forest is their children.
Sorry, I missed that, Max. Could you say that again?
Oh, Akira embraces her harder as a tear goes down his face. Anybody who lives in this forest are our children.
Roll a
What language are
persuasion.
you guys speaking?
Elvish.
Roll a persuasion.
Actually, probably Sylvan. I'm trying to... This is gonna go so bad!
Ouch.
Wouldn't be able to give him advantage.
You haven't been part of the conversation.
Could I pipe in?
It's a little late for this roll. Make your own. I'll let you plead your case.
Sure. I'll wait until this resolves, and then I'll chime in when you tell me I can.
Okay. I mean, you can chime in when you think you should.
In Elvish, if I hear them, because I can understand Elvish. Or did you say you were speaking Sylvan?
I don't know if it's Sylvan or Elvish. It's whatever Akira would have talked to the tree with beforehand.
So what would he have talked to the tree beforehand?
They were talking in...
You are Akira.
Yeah, I know. I don't know if the tree speaks Elvish. I'll probably do. I'll probably do Elvish. Elvish is fine.
Then I would say in Elvish, not all ties to the forest are ties of blood.
And you see her eyes turn to you. And what was previously almost a bright glowing green as she looked at Akira almost seemed to swirl and turn as she looks at you.
You're breaking up. Can you say that one more time?
Sorry. The eyes when she looked at Akira were almost this bright green. When she looks at you, you see them almost cloud over in black. And what would you know of it? Child of the city, I smell its stink on you.
I was born in a very, very small community, much like the one that you've been drawing elves from. I know what it is like to be connected to the land. There are many in that village who would more than likely take the opportunity to join you here in fellowship, the way the ancient
To
elves
the
once
land.
did.
You say you're connected to the land. You leech off the. You do nothing but take. Grow, sure, but you grow only for yourselves. You only grow so that you can take. You know nothing.
Do the trees not take of the soil and the water for their own benefit so that they may grow as well? All life feeds off of each other. We are part of the same ecosystem. Humans, elves, the forest. Really, there's no cause for that ecosystem to be disrupted.
Do you know how large my woods were until your kind chopped it down?
No, don't.
We stand in the heart of the fairy woods. when it was in its prime. Now it is cut to half. Mere miles away lies the boundary of my woods. My children taken. My woods gone. And Akira, you feel her kind of a little bit as she holds you.
Is it painful?
It's getting uncomfortable. Even my
over
own,
to Kieran. You know, let him know this.
even my own little one was told to leave me. I have nothing left, so I will take what is mine.
Kira?
Akira's going to try to... Can you put me down?
And she hesitates.
Think about your next move very carefully. Humans are so destructive. Completely
And
unwise.
you see her face harden into a look of pure hatred as she kind of tucks Akira into a corner and holds out her hand. She begins to cast a spell.
On a spell.
Okay, I need you to roll for it.
Arcana? Or
No, it's a caster check. So it's an intelligence check.
so it is an intelligence check.
It's a D20
Alright,
plus
guys,
your
shoot.
modifier.
Yeah.
Yep. She's going downhill with that anyway.
It's in Elvish. I think you're the only one who doesn't understand it.
Am I really the only one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
God!
Okay.
we'll work on
That
that.
was enough. So, you counter the spell, and you watch as this green arcane sigil begins to form, and you just kind of flick your wand and it is unmade. She looks at you.
We can still be civil. We can still talk. If humans are so bad, why do I want to talk instead of just attacking?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage.
Come on, 7.
I'm trying, guys.
You could just use one of your points.
Yeah,
Checking on air.
can I use an... Well,
Disadvantaged.
So, I will say this as you're debating it. A portent bypasses advantage or disadvantage. It replaces the roll entirely.
okay, then I would replace that with my 13 plus 9. It's 22.
Okay. So, you see her kind of grit her teeth, and it is wood grinding on. She still has Akira tucked behind her, protectively.
Did Akira move, or is she still right there? Or he's still right there?
Like, she has picked him up and is holding him like a child right now.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't get out.
Is
I'm
Misty still
sorry.
close enough to boop?
No, she's too tall.
Okay.
What does Akira want? What do these elves want? Surely there must be a way out for all of us, where we can live harmony.
There is. I will take my prince back.
Matt, did you get my whisper?
I did. Give me a second. I need to get her name from my notes.
Um,
Sorry.
At this point, I'm gonna raise my hand and be like, ma'am, but he's not just yours anymore.
Shadow, where I'm gonna whisper to Shadow real quick. I'm typing.
As much as he's your family, he's also ours.
I'm going to lay my quarterstaff against the trunk of the tree and just kind of drop all the kunai I'm carrying, laying down my backpack, approach. I know you love him, but so do we. Our ties may not be blood like yours is, but he is my brother. And he is my brother. And he is my brother, and he is my brother, and those are my sisters.
And that is a dog.
And that is a dog.
Yeah, that is our pet.
Thanks, Ben.
Mascot Fluffy.
Yes.
And
We are all
Washington.
a family.
she turns to you, and as you're speaking, and what was black looking at 7 turns gray.
It's not as bad.
As she looks at your clothes. You're from the mountain, aren't you?
I am. I was born in the forest below the mountains. Our home was destroyed by a beast that possessed my brother. However, he has been rid of it. We cannot go back to our home, but we have each other. We have Akira. We are stronger when we are together. I may be just a drunken fool, but my heart is big, full of love. And I'm willing to give you some of that love, if you would just put Akira down. None of this has to be solved with violence. I love nature just as much as you do, just as much as Akira does. And he did not leave you purposefully. I do not know the whole story, but he has too kind of a heart. Maybe a bit of zeal in his spirit, or adventure, a kind heart nonetheless. He would not purposely hurt you.
You see her kind of stop for a moment, and it's unnaturally still. No movement, no breathing. And you can see the tears flowing freely. Gonna go ahead and have you make a perception check. Or not perception, sorry, persuasion check. And I'm modifying
That's
the DC.
gonna go so well.
I believe in you.
You said persuasion?
Persuasion.
Ooh, that -3.
Wow!
Oh!
That's amazing!
I'm gonna give. Can I give you an inspiration point?
I've allowed it in the past. I will allow it for one reroll.
You can have mine if you want. Is that some?
Okay,
Baloney.
I mean,
That
let's
is
see
some
how it goes.
I believe in you. Come on. Ah,
Mm-hmm.
it's positive.
Okay.
Holy.
She looks at you, but she sees your heart. And you do see that she lets Akira down.
And Kira, as he hits the floor, turns around and hugs her again, and then backs away a bit.
And as you back away, you hear it sounds like a falling tree. These series of cracks and pops as her knees buckle and she collapses to the ground and begins to weep.
I'm gonna go over. You said her leg was bad, right?
She walked with a limp. That's all you
Okay.
know.
Can I gonna go up slowly, but I'm gonna go and kneel down and try to see if I can do anything about her leg. I'm assuming that it's the broken tree is actually her leg.
You get the sense that this is a physical manifestation of the damage that has been done to the tree. You don't think there's anything your magic can do to it. You might be able to ease the pain, but you won't be able to fix it.
I think this is the furbog hugging moment. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, what are you doing?
We're all hugging. Kira's coming
hugging
in.
it out.
Yeah, go back.
Nope.
I get grabbed.
So,
It's second nature now. We both just reach our hand out.
those of you observing this, you see curled up with her face in her hands, sobbing, this giant woman who, her hair, now that she's crouched down, you can see in the moonlight, is the color of the leaves of the tree. And while it would normally be like strands of hair, looks more like it is a veil of leaves. And as she curls there, sobbing into her hands, you see the brothers, all three of them, kind of mob her right side in this furball elf hug.
Guys, I can't breathe.
Be okay.
She turns to you, Akira. And you can see now her eyes have turned into this deep sapphire blue. I don't want to be alone again.
You don't have to be. Learn to accept what has happened and strive to forge a better future. Teach the new races that have not been in this world your ways. Maybe they wish to learn. I'm not saying it will be easy, but it might be worth it in the long run. We all share this planet. It's time we start acting like it.
And she kind of gives a look over to Seven. The eyes don't change black, but she's giving you a searching and rather hard look.
There is as much to be found in the wild places.
You broke up.
Yeah, I didn't
more
get like
time.
the end of that.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got you.
There is as much to be found in the wild places of this world as in all the halls of human learning. And there are many who would welcome a greater understanding of nature, how to live side by side with the other races, with the elder parts of the world, and how to show we can be beneficial as well to you. Join the ecology and not to destroy it.
She nods. She looks down to Akira.
Akira pulls out his bow. You've been with me this entire time. And he just kind of makes a sad smile.
And she smiles at you. Now that, my prince, is a wonderful idea. And she reaches out a hand and touches the bow. And all of you witness the slow process of this giant woman shrinking down. And as she does, you see that the bow begins to thicken and change. At its center, a large ring forms. The limbs thicken and elongate and begin to curve backwards into basically a longbow-sized recurve. And when the transformation is complete, a small vine reaches out into the bag where you've been keeping the gem and pulls it back, wrapping vines around it, and sockets it into the center of the bow.
There's a big gem to be putting it in the bow.
Yeah, someone's gonna have to go lift some
It's
weights.
a big bow now.
Yeah.
Cool.
Akira, after the transformation, he pulls on the bowstring a couple of times just to test it out.
It's as soon as you draw,
Mm-hmm.
a green bolt forms.
Ooh.
Nice.
As it seems almost like you're drawing it from the back of the crystal. But it's easy to draw. It feels light as a feather.
He just kind of hugs the bow for a bit.
And you hear in your mind, I will always be with you, my prince. And from this spectacle, you look around, and you notice the elven ladies who were attending to the lost people have disappeared. And the individuals who were at one point napping on the foliage begin to wake up.
I will go make sure they're okay.
Okay. So you check them and they look dehydrated, hungry.
I have apples.
Okay, so you just hand them each an apple,
Shove it in their face.
and they'll look at it, and they can smell it, and they just start chowing down on it, like it's the first food they've had in days, which for some of them may be likely.
Akira turns around to the group as this is happening. I think I have some explanations for you.
Yes, because I didn't catch any of that.
I am
So,
yeah.
at this point, you guys, again, like Akira, what you felt the evening before, you feel once again. This unheard ringing of a giant bell. It's like the magic itself has changed as the sun begins to cast light through the base of the wood and into the clearing. And with that, we'll call this session to a close. Barros, I have information for you.
Yes.
Akira, I have information for you.
Okay.
I'm out of apples.
Okay.
Yeah.
I need to
But
make more.
that's-
We leveled up.
Yeah. Max, you and I, Talking Weapons Club.
Yeah.
So, no level up because you guys are going to be level 8 going into the dungeon.
That's fine.
Grabbing my stuff.
Yeah,
Okay.
just leaving it on the ground.
Good game.
Hey,
A squirrel
it
could've
was a
taken it.
good idea.
It
He
was a good
spends
idea.
20 minutes picking up kunai.
For real though,
I
I
thought
had
about-
a lot of kunai.
I thought about copying you, and then I was
about
like, I don't have 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to interject. How many do you drop? 1,000?